The Japan Ground Self-Defense Force committed to a grant that will transfer an undisclosed number of A-1J Huey helicopters in a side meeting between the Philippine Army and JGSDF during the trilateral key leaders engagement. The grant of utility helicopters is specifically focused on improving the Philippine Army's aerial HADR capabilities, which are lacking compared to other services in the armed forces of the Philippines. Traditionally, aerial HADR efforts have been led by the Philippine Air Force and its fleet of helicopters. The Japan Ground Self-Defense Force will transfer an unspecified number of Fuji Bell A-1J utility helicopters to the Army Aviation Regiment of the Philippine Army. The regiment currently has only 5 or 6 aircraft in its inventory and is expected to receive the Japanese helicopters over the next 2 to 3 years. The A-1Js will strengthen the Philippine Army's capabilities to carry out humanitarian assistance and disaster relief work, medical evacuation, personnel and equipment transport, and damage assessment. The transfer of A-1Js was announced on the sidelines of a bilateral meeting between Japan and the Philippines. Trinidad said JGSDF and Philippine Army representatives discussed potential areas of military cooperation to include capability development, training, and exercises, as well as defense material assistance. The Philippine Air Force also has a requirement for search and rescue helicopters for use, especially during natural disasters, having retired its own SAR A-1 fleet. Options include additional Sikorsky S-70Is. No mention has yet been made of any potential transfers from Japan for Philippine Air Force use, although in the past Tokyo has supplied A-1 spare parts to the Air Force free of charge. Japan is likely to have numerous surplus A-1Js available, as it is in the process of replacing a fleet of around 120 of the aircraft with the new Bell 412-based A-2. The A-1J is an improved Japanese version of the UH-1H, built under license by Fuji Heavy Industries for the JGSDF. It is powered by a single Kawasaki T53K703 turboshaft engine with 1,800 horsepower. The aircraft also features a vibration reduction system, infrared countermeasures, and a night vision goggle (NVG) compatible cockpit. These helicopters are a Japanese-built and modified version of the UH-1H, which the Philippine Air Force operated. In 2018, the Philippines received Japanese-donated parts for the Philippine Air Force A-1H fleet. These spares marked the first time Japan transferred excess defense equipment to an ASEAN state. However, since then, the Philippine Air Force has officially retired all A-1 variants. Philippine defense commentator Max Defense noted that the Japanese Hueys will have a more recent manufacture date compared to the Philippine Air Force Hueys. Max Defense also highlights the Philippine Army's potential interest in pursuing the purchase of Japanese utility helicopters, such as the Subaru Bell A-2, instead of the Polish Blackhawks that have been acquired by the Philippine Air Force. These helicopters will be inducted into the Philippine Army Aviation Haraya Regiment. The unit was activated in 2019 under Philippine Army modernization efforts, with the overall goal of creating an organic helicopter capability within the Philippine Army. As of now, the unit maintains a small collection of aircraft, mostly in the form of trainers and donated utility helicopters. The utility helicopters are expected to be in Philippine service within the next 2 to 3 years. Japan and the Philippines maintain a robust and ever-deepening security relationship, with equipment transfers and cooperation between the two countries increasing over the last few years. From patrol vessels to air defense radars, the Philippines received substantial Japanese defense and security equipment in 2022. Japan has also participated in several major exercises in the Philippines, such as Kamandag 6 and even deploying F-15J fighter jets for the first time in exercise Parejo 22.